I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. In areas prone to disasters, this House believes that states should prioritize disaster mitigation over relocation. I firmly believe that this House should prioritize disaster mitigation over relocation. We are saying that the government should never move people in extreme single household cases. What we are saying is that a massive systematic policy, the government's money, energy, and genius people go to building safer and more resilient where communities already live, rather than forcing an entire population to just pack up and leave. Mass relocation sounds like a safe, clean paper, but in reality, it's human tragedy. As the proposition team, I am here to prove that mitigation is more economically stable, socially adjusted, and humanly dignified. While conversely, relocation can destroy local economies, mental health, and many more. Number 1, relocation destroys livelihood and economies. My first argument is about sheer human and economic cost of moving. Communities aren't just blocks of concrete. They are humans. They have an own ecosystem. When the governments decide to relocate a town, they aren't just building new houses somewhere else. They are tearing apart economies. Think about a coastal fishing villages. If you move a generational fishing communities 10 miles away from sea levels, you have just stripped away their entire livelihood. They are good at catching fishes, of course, but they don't know how to operate a computer. They don't know how office job works. They don't know how to work in factories. Their identity and incomes rely fully on the coast. And what happens next? We see tons of people with safer homes but no way to buy foods and because their economy is unstable. The past shows that mass relocations usually fails the poor citizens. Governments build cheap housing that projects far away from city centers, public transit, and good jobs. By forcing relocation, the states essentially creates climate changes in their own country, plunging already broke people into poverty. Mitigations like seawalls, elevated buildings, and better drainage allow people to keep their jobs, their schools, and overall their financial stability. Therefore, forcing relocation doesn't actually save people, it's making them worse. Number 2, it preserves cultural heritage and prevents human trauma. Our second argument is about what makes us humans. Our connection to land and culture. Land is not replaceable. For many communities, especially indigenous people and generational family, the land holds a massive amount of history and sacred spaces and cultural identity. Could you imagine a land full of history, matters, got removed just like that? When you force a community to relocate, you erase the cultures. This triggers a massive amount of physiological trauma. It creates a sense of rootlessness and grief. Past shows that many high rates of anxiety, depression, and loss of social skills when communities are fractured. Medication honors human dignity and gives you your home is worth for us fighting for. For example, rumah panggung that naturally mitigates floods without destroying human heritage. When we invest in engineering solution, we are preserving history. We are telling citizens that their heritage matters and the state will use technology and to protect their culture, not discard it because it's too hard to fix. Number 3, mitigation is practically and financially superior. Our next argument is purely practical. Relocation is logically nightmare and a financial black hole. To relocate the city of a ton of people, the states have to buy a massive amount of new land. They have to buy thousands of new schools, they have to build thousands of homes, they have to build hospitals, miles of roads, and cost a huge amount of money when that money can just be relocated to other important things. And it'll also take decades to build. Overall, it's not an efficient way to solve this problem. Meanwhile, disaster mitigation is highly effective, faster to build, and economically smart too. We already have the technology to live safely in high-risk areas. Let's take an example in the Netherlands. Parts of its country is already below sea level, but they don't tell their citizens to just pack up and leave. They build advanced solutions like barriers, gates, and etc. They take another example on Japan, where they frequently face earthquakes. Often, but brilliant architecture engineering kept their houses and skyscrapers from standing. They don't just relocate their citizens into a new place, they actually solve the actual problem. Medication works, it's faster, it's cheaper, and it's more sustainable than trying to move tons of people to a new place far away from their previous home. It reduces their job, their schools, their family, their home, their culture, and many more. Number four, it prevents state neglect and environmental abandonment. When a government adopts a relocation as its primary strategy, it creates a massive moral hazard. Essentially, the state is declaring that whenever an area is dangerous, it has a problem, the solution is just to pack up and run away. Running away is never a solution. By prioritizing medication, forces the state to actively govern and protect the environment. The states protect both the people and the planet too. We hold polluters accountable and restores our natural ecosystem. In conclusions, I strictly agree with the motion that states should prioritize disaster mitigation over relocation because number one, relocation destroys livelihood and economies. Moving communities forces away people from their jobs, generational industry, creating severe unstable economy and pushes broke into poverty. Number two, it preserves cultural heritage and prevents human trauma. Land is tied to identity and history. Medication respects human tradition, protecting communities where they stand. Number three, medication is practically and financially superior. Upgrading infrastructure is a proven, cost-effective method that utilizes modern engineering to save lives immediately, while mass relocation is a financial nightmare that takes decades to implement. And lastly, it prevents state neglect and environmental abandonment. That is all for me. Thank you so much for listening.